problems have you been anointed and appointed to solve? Did y'all know every one of us has Christ in us? We all have Christ in us. We all have messianic DNA in us. And what does Christ mean? What does the word Jesus means? It means God's salvation. Do you know that if you're good at building homes, if you're a carpenter, that you're delivering people from homelessness? Do you know that if you are a cook and you desire to cook for people, you know the people who cook and they provide it for others, that you are delivering people from hunger? Do you know that if you are an electrician and you work on circuitry and things, you are delivering people from having to struggle from not having those services taken care of? There are some of us who have been anointed and have the fingerprints of God on our life that when people come around us, they feel relaxed. And we don't, and because it's so common to us, we don't realize that it is a solution, right? So we have to look at what areas of our life have we been anointed to bring solutions. And I'll tell y'all, one of the reasons it's hard for us to figure this out sometimes, family. You know why? Because a lot of times it's easier for people to see us than it is for us to see ourselves. That's why you need relationships. Because in order to help you sometimes find out what you have been gifted, what problems you've been gifted to solve, sometimes you need the feedback from others. Sometimes people have been speaking in our life since our young age. Sometimes it's humor. Sometimes you may have it where you were growing up, everybody says, man, you have the gift of humor. You bring laughter. Do you know that someone who brings laughter is delivering people oftentimes from stress and anxiety and depression? But just because it's not necessarily a career doesn't mean that it's not a part of what God has called us to do. So we need oftentimes to understand what problems do we solve. And sometimes it's such a gift in our life that problem solving gifting that we have is so common to us that we don't recognize it. We don't recognize it because it's so common to us. I remember growing up and there was this basketball player. He was like number 3 in the state. And I was like, I asked him, man, like, man, how do it feel to be so high up in the rankings? And he was like, I don't know. It's just, he's like, I could just always do this. He didn't even really have a proper value for the gift and the talent that he had because it was natural. So sometimes we got to be in environments to help us understand what problems do we solve? What presence do you bring? Ask yourself those things.